End of May, let's check some stuff out. We don't really need to harp on April, but you see there's very few greens here because we've kind of sucked. You can take these two losses away because that's March, but April saw 5 wins. Rough. May, you're starting to see more pop up. We're able to get some little more offense here. 6. Well, let's see. You have 5, 6, 8. That was a tough loss. 7 and 8. So hitting starting to pick up a little. You go to May. So I have some rough games. 1, 2, 2 down here. Shut out. But seeing some offense. 9 here. The crazy game. The insane game. 24 hits. 17 runs there. You have this game against Baltimore. The crazy game. 16 hits. And then we have the best game. 21 hits and none. So things progressing. Hitting has been interesting. 20 hits here. Using a contact team has definitely kind of been very helpful. Some games we have really just been able to nickel and dime these pitchers. But the last game we played, 7 hits. And we had to get our hits late. We had 3 hits for the majority of the game, and we were able to put some hits together in the final couple of innings. But standings wise, things are still looking bad. We still suck, but the win percentage is over 30. Looking at the National League, the Phillies are leading the way. Thankfully, we don't play them anymore, or the Mets. Mets 2 games over 500. Braves still hovering around 500. Curious to really see how they finish the season because they've been it's been a weird team. They started out really slow. They got hot and then they cooled off. Marlins and Nats, 22 wins apiece. Milwaukee and Pittsburgh tied, so this seems to be a year that we don't have to worry about a team going under 500 winning this division, or everyone else in the division finishing under 500 but me. These two teams look like they're going to be in the running. The Reds are above, the Cubs are below, but we know they have a talented squad. We've been playing better. We've won 6 out of 10. We're still infinitely back. We're playing well on the road, 14 and 17. We're just not playing good at home, so that's going to have to change if we're going to try to make something of this season. The West, of course, the Dodgers lead. Padres, 6 games over. D-backs, 4 over. Giants hovering around 500. The Rockies in last, as expected, as always. Sorry if you're a Rockies fan. And then in the wild card, NL Central, one of these teams. Then you got the Padres, the Reds with that last spot. D-backs, Mets, Braves are hanging in there, of course. And then we're here at the bottom. The goal for June isn't necessarily to be put in the wild card race. It's to try to not be last. So if we could maybe jump the Marlins and Nats, because if we're going to get in the wild card hunt, it's going to take 3 things. 1, lots of wins. 2, beating the people that are ahead of us, which is everyone. So, if we start winning more games, it's really just beating the guys that are ahead of us so we control being able to pull them down to us or pull ourselves up to them, if you want to look at it that way. But we've got to get out of last place. That's where it starts. So the month of June for me is really to try to get ahead of a couple of teams. So we got our eyes set on the Marlins and Nats. If we can just move ahead of them, maybe shoot for the Rockies, just put ourselves somewhere in the semblance of a possibility. And then we see what would need to be done when we get to the All-Star break. Maybe that means we need to make more moves. If we're not in the hunt, then we'll do the reverse. We'll probably sell and try to, get geared up for a roster capable in season 2. In the East, in the American League, the Orioles lead, Yankees right behind. Red Sox were hot to start the season. They've kind of fallen off. Rays and Blue Jays chilling at the bottom. Royals leading the division. Guardians at 500. Tigers pretty much at 500 as well. You got the Twins and, of course, the White Sox sitting at the bottom. AL West is interesting. The Rangers lead. Mariners are in second. The A's above 500 June 1st. Crazy. Very impressive. I have to say, very impressive, even though they've lost 7 of their last 10. Astros at 500, Angels a game under. So, really good talent in this division. 2 days from now, everyone could have a winning record. Pretty cool to see. And then a long ways to go, but just the first look at the wild card, Yankees and Mariners. At the first 2 spots, the A's would be in the playoffs. And then the Red Sox, Guardians, Astros are all a half game behind. There's a ton of baseball to go, so I'm not going to pay too much attention. The White Sox pretty much in the same boat as us. The difference is they're definitely playing worse. They've only won 2 out of their last 10. Yeah, basement is rough for sure. I hate being in the basement. Speaking of being in the basement, batting average. Well, look at the Cardinals. Coming off of GOAT, we've seen some progress. We went from being 30th all the way up to 25th. Obviously, Luis Arraez has helped a lot with that, as has Donovan. Both players are hitting above 300. Arraez is on a 19-game hit streak. Those 2 guys have really kind of unlocked the offense for us. Just getting guys on base, getting guys on the base paths. The offense definitely looks a lot different than it did at the start. That's what I want to look at. Home runs. Around middle of the pack. Carp doing his thing. Burleson doing his thing. Mason Wynn is a cool one. He's tied for 3rd on the team in home runs. He may be in 3rd by himself, but a big thing is he hits the ball better for power against lefties. So that's been a big help. Burleson, though, has been red hot in terms of hitting home runs, as is Carp. Carp just had a streak of 4 games in a row with a home run. He hit 5 home runs over that stretch. Oh, we're starting to see some extra base hits, which is huge because earlier we were dead last in slugging percentage early on in this franchise, and now we're sitting at 21st. So it's not just that we're able to get more hits, we're also getting more extra base hits. So it's giving us an opportunity to talk about the 3 positive outcomes. You have to usually have 3 to score in an inning if you don't have an extra base hit, because you're looking at a walk or a single, a combination of 2 of those, and then a 3rd single to try to drive in a run. Some cases you need 4. When you have an extra base hit, that can eliminate the need for 1. So it's super, super helpful, because you could just have 2, a double and a single, run scores. Single and a double, run scores. Or single, double, you have guys on 2nd and 3rd, just got to put the ball in the outfield, a ground ball, you score a run. So it really has changed life for us. Strikeouts, though, we're still dead last. But we're not striking out as much as we were. We're still ahead. The Rockies are right there. The Tigers 50 back. Remember, at one point, we were so far ahead in strikeouts that we almost doubled up 28th place. So that's definitely going in the right direction. This, though, is continuing to be the problem, and we understand why it's a problem. We're just not that good. We've made some changes, but we're still last in the league in ERA. It's under 6, though. That's good. I feel like we were hovering from, let's say, 5.5 to 7.5. The bullpen, we've kind of figured out who excels in what spots, who I can try to use in just small instances, like I just need an out or I need 2 outs. Jojo Romero, I'm looking at you. Stuff like that's super helpful, as opposed to in the beginning trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work and then nothing working. We kind of have roles slotted right now, so it's making things look a lot better. Blown saves. We are in the middle of the pack here. We have 7. So that lets you know, look at 7 blown saves right there. That ties us for 13th. A couple of those go the other way. Our record looks a little bit better, not great, but that does matter, especially when you haven't had a lot of wins. We're in last place, so you really feel like when we have to get things done, we need to find ways to get them done. Helsley has been A guy I'm nervous to put on the mound in the ninth, especially in one-run games, but we just had a game where he went 1-2-3, struck out the side. So maybe things are going to trend in the right direction for us. We'll see. Hits clearly last, and we have Matt's pitching, so that's not going to make this any better. But we're terrible in this. That's got to change. Maybe not, obviously being number one, but being better. Definitely a huge difference between ERA and hits allowed, because playing on Legend, this was not the case in last year's game. We were always first, even with bad pitchers. Yeah, Matt still struggled, but it wasn't to the level that he struggles now. And some of the bad arms in the bullpen as well, too. So obviously more talent would be better, but GOAT has definitely been a very positive addition to this franchise, I think. And then strikeouts. We're last, close to it. Clear the Rockies, we clear the Marlins, but we don't really have strikeout pitchers. We have guys that throw super hard, so that has bumped up that number. But again, pitching on GOAT, it's a bit harder to get those strikeouts. Giving in to hitters, giving in to just saying we'll take you can have the base, as opposed to just being super aggressive in the past on Legend. I'll be a little more selective, so I'm more willing to throw a ball. Which, speaking of, this is a big one here. We're fourth in balls allowed. Again, GOAT making a huge difference, because this number right here with Philadelphia, 122, I guarantee if I was playing on Legend, guarantee we're not even at 30 walks by the time we're done with May. So huge, because now this is a factor into why I'm not pitching well. There's extra base runners on base. I have to concede some at-bats to make sure that I don't give up a home run. I'm more willing to throw a ball. It's harder to spot pitches. Again, to me, definitely the best addition in franchise this year.